Hello everyone, welcome to Olive Board. I hope all of you are well. In this class, we are going to discuss the topic direct and indirect speech. That is, we are going to discuss the topic narration. Today is the third class of this topic, and I want you to share this session so that your friends can also join in quickly. Before we start the class, I would like to take you through the courses at Olive Board. So, we at Olive Board have come up with a few courses. I will quickly take you through them. We'll discuss the features of these courses and then we'll start the class. So, as I tell you about these features and I tell you about these courses, I want all of you to quickly share this session so that your friends can join in and we can start the class. Now, the first course is the SSC CGL 2021 crash course. This is going to be a practice based course. We will be focusing only on practice. The batch starts on the 14th of April, and let us discuss the features of this course quickly. You will be given 750 plus fully updated exam level questions. That is, you will be given questions as they appear in the exam. Apart from that, you will be given 30 plus live practice sessions, 100 plus video lectures, GK notes, and test series and special strategy sessions by SSC toppers. So, this course is a bilingual course, that is, it will be available in both Hindi and English. And if you wish to enroll in this course, you can use this code SSC40. So, do use this code SSC40 to get 40% off on this course. You will be getting a 40% discount. Now, if you enroll in this course, you will get complimentary access to Tier 2 course. So, since we are focusing on the Tier 1 examination as of now, you will be getting complimentary access to Tier 2 course as well. So, do enroll in the course if you are appearing for the SSC CGL exam that is scheduled next month. The other course is the IBACIO Tier 2 examination, and we are beginning a course called Descriptive English Crash Course. So, this is the course. It is called Descriptive English Crash Course. These are the features of this course. In this course, you will be given descriptive English classes, that is, we will be covering the entire syllabus of descriptive English. Apart from that, we'll be giving you live classes and lecture PDFs, and we'll also be evaluating the previous year papers. That is, we will be looking at the papers of IBACIO descriptive exam as they appeared in the recent past. Now, if you wish to enroll in this course, you can use this code GET20 to get 20% off on this course. Do enroll in the course if you are appearing for the Tier 2 examination. The other course is the SSC CHSL 2021 crash course. Now, as you know, this exam has already started and it will go on till 27th of April. So, if you are appearing on any one of these dates till 27th April, do enroll in this course. You can use this code SSC40 to get 40% discount. You will be given 80 plus concept videos, 100 plus tests with detailed solutions and analysis. Apart from that, we will be giving you live practice sessions and strategy sessions by toppers. So, do enroll in this course. The course had started on the 1st of March, but if you are appearing in the exam till 27th of April, do enroll in the course. Now, let us start the class. The class is based on the course or based on the topic direct and indirect speech. So, this is the topic for discussion. We will be discussing rules and concepts associated with direct or indirect speech, or as it is better known as narration. So, this is the third class. This is the third session. This is the third session based on this topic, that is direct and indirect speech. Now, let us quickly start the class and let us see what this class has in store for us. I want all of you to share this session, subscribe to the channel, and like the video, right? So, do these three tasks: like the video, share it with your friends so that your friends can also benefit, and do subscribe to the channel to get regular updates about the content that we bring for you. Now, let us discuss the rules. Rules of converting exclamatory sentences in direct speech to indirect form. So, there are certain rules that you must keep in mind while converting exclamatory sentences from direct speech to indirect speech. Now, we must know what are exclamatory sentences first. We have discussed what are imperative sentences and we know what are interrogative sentences. Now, we are going to focus on exclamatory sentences, right? So, pay extra attention to what are exclamatory sentences. First, we must know what are exclamatory sentences. So, a sentence that expresses emotions, this is the key here. A sentence that expresses emotions, and these emotions could be that of sorrow, regret, joy, surprise, etc. So, there are a number of emotions, and a sentence that expresses emotions is called an exclamatory sentence. Now, let us look at an example. The example that is given to us is the boy said, "Hooray, I passed the test." So, notice the boy is happy here. The emotion that is being expressed is that of happiness or joy. The emotion that is expressed is that of happiness or joy. So the boy said, "Hooray, I passed the test." Now notice the changes that are taking place. The boy exclaimed with joy. So we are changing this word said to exclaimed with joy. So the boy exclaimed with joy that. Now notice this that is being used in place of inverted commas. And after the exclamatory sentences, there will always be an exclamation mark. So the boy exclaimed with joy that he had passed the test. After this sentence is over, you will change the exclamation mark to a full stop. So, this is also one of the changes that you will have to keep in mind while changing from direct speech to indirect form. Now, let us move on and let us see what are the rules that we must keep in mind. Now we have understood what are exclamatory sentences. Now let us discuss the rules that are in place while changing from direct speech to indirect form. The first rule here says the exclamation sign is changed to a full stop. So the exclamation sign at the end of the sentence, the exclamation sign at the end of the sentence is changed to a full stop, just like the question mark. Just like the question mark in case of interrogative sentence is changed to a full stop, similarly the exclamation mark or the exclamation sign is changed to a full stop. The second rule here says the exclamatory word or phrase. Suppose the exclamatory word is alas or hooray or anything like that, right? So the exclamatory word or phrase is replaced with the phrase exclaimed with joy, sorrow, regret, surprise, etc., depending on the sense of the sentence. So whatever sense the sentence is expressing, that sense must be kept in mind while placing this word in place of the exclamatory word, right? The third rule here says the connector that must be used in the sentence. So the connector that must be used in place of inverted commas. When the inverted commas are removed, this place that must be used. Now look at this example and look at the changes that have taken place. So I have kept all the three rules in mind and then I have changed this, right? So the boy said, "Alas, I did not pass the test." So this here is expressing sorrow. This here is expressing sorrow. The boy exclaimed with sorrow that he had not passed the test. Now notice this said is being changed to the phrase exclaimed with sorrow. The marks, quotation marks are being changed to the word that, and finally the exclamatory mark is being changed to the full stop. So these are the three rules that you will have to keep in mind while changing from direct speech to indirect speech in case of an exclamatory sentence. Now, moving on, let us discuss the common words that change from direct to indirect speech. So, there are certain words that change from direct to indirect speech. What are those words? Now changes to then. So, whenever a sentence uses now in case of direct speech, it will be changed to then. So, let us consider an example. If the sentence says, Ria said, "Come here now." So, Ria said that, "Come here then." So I hope this is clear. Now moving on to the next word. The next word is ago. Ago changes to before, thus changes to so, last night changes to the night before, this changes to that, these changes to those, hence changes to thence, and come changes to go. So you will have to keep these changes in mind, that is these common words that change from direct to indirect speech while attempting questions. Do not forget those. You will have to take a screenshot because providing PDF will not be easy for this class, right? So take a screenshot if you want, or you can watch the video again if you want to memorize this list. Now let us move on to the questions. The first question here says, Alicia said, "How glad I am to meet my friends." So notice this sentence ends with an exclamation mark. So this is an exclamatory sentence. So glad here indicates that she was happy to see her friends. Glad indicates that she was happy to see her friends. Now let us go through the options. Option B says, Alicia exclaimed with excitement that she had been glad to meet her friends. Now, in case of the given sentence, how glad I am to meet my friends, present tense is being used. And to be precise, simple present tense is being used. So, simple present tense, as we have discussed, changes to simple past tense. But in case of option B, had been glad is not simple past tense, so we can negate option B because it changes the tense incorrectly. Option C says Alicia exclaimed with sorrow. So there is no sorrow that is being expressed in the sentence. That is why you can negate option C as well. Option D says Alicia said that she was glad to meet my friends. Now notice, in case of this sentence, my, the usage of the word my as it is used in the sentence changes the meaning of the original sentence. So here the pronoun has not been changed. She was glad to see her own friends, not my friends. That is why option D can be negated. Why? Because it changes the meaning of the original sentence. So in this case, option A is the correct answer. That is, Alicia exclaimed with delight that she was glad to meet her friends. Notice we have changed the exclamation mark to a simple full stop. Moving on to the next question. The next question again says select the indirect form of the given sentence. So you are given a sentence in direct form, you will have to convert it into indirect form. The sentence says, "What a good idea." Again, this sentence ends with an exclamatory mark. So you will have to change this exclamatory sentence accordingly. So notice Alicia, or for that matter, Seema. So Seema told, "What an idea." Told cannot be used in case of exclamatory sentence. So we can negate option C. We can straight away negate options. Option D says Seema said, "What a good idea it is." Again, said is not used in case of exclamatory sentences. So we can negate option D as well. Now we are left with option A and B. Try to attempt this question. I will give you a few moments. Go ahead and try to attempt this question. Now notice option B here is the correct answer. Seema exclaimed that it was a very good idea. That is being used in place of inverted commas, and what a good idea is being changed to it was a good idea. So option B here is the correct answer. Now moving on to the next question. Guys, if you have any doubts, you can leave your doubts in the comments section after the session is over. So do leave your doubts in the comments section after the session is over. Try to attempt this third question. I will give you a few moments. Go ahead. The sentence says the teacher commanded the students not to shout. So here you have to select the correct direct form. Now, the options here say a number of things. So let us go through each option carefully. The sentence says the teacher commanded the students not to shout. So here the teacher is commanding the students. This indicates that this is an imperative sentence. Notice we have discussed imperative sentences in the previous class. So if you have not watched that session, do watch that session, because in that session we have discussed the rules for changing imperative sentences from direct to indirect speech or vice versa. So let us go through the options now. The teacher told to the students. Notice told to is never used. To, the preposition to is never used after told. So option 1 can be negated straight away. Why? Because the reporting verb is incorrectly used. Now option 2 says the teacher said to the students, "Don't shout." Option 3 says the teacher says to the students. Says to is present. do not shout. And in case of present tense, if the reporting verb is given in present tense, then we do not change the reporting verb. So we have already discussed this. According to this, option 3 can also be negated. Option 4 says the teacher said to the student. Notice students is mentioned here and only student is mentioned in option 4. And the sentence also says you should not shout. So option 4 can also be negated. There are two errors in option 4. This leaves us with option number 2. So option 2 here is the correct answer. That is, the teacher said to the students, don't shout. So the said to here changes to commanded. So the teacher commanded the students not to shout. You notice when you say not to shout, this to here is being used as a connecting word, right? So we have discussed that in case of imperative sentences, instead of that or asked or exclaimed, we use the word to. So in case of imperative sentences, the word that is used is to. Now, moving on to the next question. The next question is the fourth question of this session. Go ahead and try to attempt this question. The sentence says, he said to me, what are you doing? So notice this here is a interrogative sentence. This is an interrogative sentence, that is, it is asking you a question. So you will have to remove this question mark after the sentence and you will have to replace it with a full stop. So let us go through the options. He said what I had been doing. So notice said to is not being changed to asked in case of option 1. That is why you can negate option 1. Similarly, you can negate option 4 as well, because again it is not changing the reporting verb. Now let us go through options 2 and 3. Option 3 says he asked me that what was I doing. Notice this does not change the question form. It still remains a question, and it also uses the connecting word that. So according to this, option 3 can be negated and you are left with option 2. So he asked me what I was doing. What are you doing is present continuous tense and what I was doing is past continuous tense. So we have discussed that present continuous changes to past continuous when changing from direct to indirect speech. So this is the change of the tense that is taking place. Thus you could have selected option 2 as the correct answer. So if you were able to answer this question, commendable job. Option number 2 is the correct answer. Moving on to the last question of the session, that is the fifth question. So he said to the hotel receptionist, can you tell me the tariff of the rooms? Again, this is an interrogative sentence, that is, it is asking you a question. So you will have to remove the question mark and replace it with a full stop. Let us go through the options together. Option 1 says he asked the hotel receptionist that if he can tell him the tariff of the rooms. He asked the hotel receptionist to tell him the tariff of the rooms. He asked the hotel receptionist if he could tell him the tariff of the rooms, and finally, he inquired the hotel receptionist if he can tell him the tariff of the rooms. Now, notice can must change to could. Let us eliminate options that are not making this change. So, you can negate option 1. Why? Because can is not being changed to could. So, you can negate option 1 and option 4. We have negated option 1 and 4. Now, you are left with options 2 and 3. Now notice this question will be changed to a sentence form if you use this word if. So option 3 here is the correct answer and option 2 can be negated. So he asked the hotel receptionist if he could tell him the tariff of the rooms. So option 3 here is the correct answer. I hope this question is clear. If you have any doubts, you can leave your doubts in the comments after the session is over. So this brings us to the end of the session. I hope you liked the session. Like the video, share it with your friends, and for more such content, stay tuned to Olive Board. Thank you and have a nice day.